Congratulations if you've made it to the stage. Now it's time for us to actually create a profile page. And we want to assume that this is a social network, like a matchmaking system. It could be any system you can think of. It could be a backend system. You've already gotten the user. You can edit the users. And in the nearest future, we're going to be going through the route of knowing how to send message through email, and that will lead us to change password, forget password, and change password. But for now, we just want to link in another collection. So we want to create a collection that is called profile, and we're going to be creating controllers for it as well. And as you can see in the model here, we have a user model, just the way we have a user model, very simple. We had a user model created exactly the same way here. We're also going to be creating this, and you can just copy, paste this, and edit this. For the purpose of learning, I'm not going to do that. I want you to go through the process with me. So I'm just going to create what is called the user controller. So it's called profile controller, profile model. That's what it's going to be. So it's a model that is the structure of how we want that database to look like. And this is JS, not just an ordinary file. So as usual, we're going to require Mongoose to be able to create our schema. We've gone through this before now, so I'm just going to be very fast because we've gone through this before. So I'm just going to say const Mongoose, then equal to so we'll require Mongoose, and right there we start off with the model, with the schema, the structure of our schema, the structure. So we say schema, and that's what we'll call this. I think I should call it profile schema, right? Because we're actually creating a schema for a profile. So we're going to be having it as Mongoose. We can make an object out of it and say new Mongoose dot schema. Of course, you know the structure of the schema is going to take ID, right? It will take ID, or which you're going to talk about later. I think there's a Mongoose dot type, or Mongoose dot type dot object ID. Yeah, that is it. So that is the ID, what the data type we want for the ID. Then right here, we're going to be having, maybe we just want to make it like a location, where the person is located, or place. You could just think of profile or some other stuff. So, okay, let's say age. Age, we're going to want to make it a number, right? So we just put number, right? Then we want, what else do we want to do? Place or location, as the case may be. So we want to make the data type of the location to be string. And let's say it's a matching application. So we just would like to ask if the person, the marital status, right? Marital status. We're going to make that a string if the person is single or married. Maybe we'll say type, kind of man. Let's say type of person. Maybe the kind of person that he or she is. She can just give us a brief description of who she is. She can also give us a height, right? He or she can give us a height. So it's going to be string as well, 5 feet, 2 feet tall, and whatever. Then we also want to know the person's gender. And the gender is also going to be a string. And what else do we want again? The person's location, right? Have we done location? Yes, the person's location. Um, Level of education. So we're going to make a string. Maybe the person's profession. Uh, Profession. We're going to make it a string. Maybe we're going to put the ID partner, the person we want, and that is going to be string as well. So we can keep on adding on. So you can do that and add a lot. Is that okay? I think this is enough. So we don't populate this thing and make it too much. So let's just leave it like this. This is just the purpose of learning. You can take this application, expand it, bring in more, bring in whatever you want to bring in. You're welcome. Okay, for now, let's just make it simple. I think that those fields are okay. So the next thing we'll try to do is to create our model. Now that we've created our schema, so we have to create the model. So we're going to call this const profile profile. Did I use a capital letter? I think I would like to use a lowercase profile model. So it's going to be let's use this as so profile model. Now we're going to have mongoose dot model. So the first parameter, as you already know, is the name of the model. The name of the model is called profile. Now, this is a collection that will be created, and at the end of it, Mongoose is going to MongoDB is going to create it as profiles with a lowercase p, right? Then the second is going to be the schema. So we add the schema to it, which we just created, the profile schema, and that is it. So the next thing we need to do is just to export the model that we just did now, which is module dot export equal to profile model. That is it. So we just do this and we import this. I think this is fine. So these are what we're going to do. We're just creating this. So the structure of the profile has already been created. And the next thing we have to do now is to start making use of it. So this is it. So I'm just going to end it here for now. So in the next lesson, we're going to bring this in. We can see how we can make our first, we'll make the controllers, then be able to post into this as well. Thank you for joining. Bye for now.